There we go. Hey folks, welcome back. We are going over the things that you can do before your operation that can help make recovery better. I put out a request at the Facebook page for the heart valve surgery group and collected all kinds of information from folks on what they felt was beneficial to them for their recovery and had a positive impact in their recovery. And so I'm just going to share that with you. Remember, I'm not a medical doctor. So this is just feedback from people on the website or on the Facebook page. And I just happened to collect it for you and to share it with you. Okay? So these are in no particular order. All right? But one recommendation was get a massage to help you relax, help get rid of all your tension before you go into surgery, and help you feel be in a better frame of mind for your surgery by getting a massage the night or two before. Another recommendation along the same lines was find a way to relax, find a way to unwind. You know, whether that's stretching, relaxation therapy, whatever. And by the way, I'm reading off the list, so there you go. Practice activities without using your arms, especially if you get a sternotomy. You're not going to be wanting to use your arms, and alone you're not going to be able to use your arms. So practice getting in and out of chairs with your arms folded across your chest. Practice getting in and out of the car without using your arms. Practice getting up and down off the toilet seat without using your arms. Practice getting out of bed without using your arms. A good thing to practice is to hold on to a pillow. They're going to give you a chest pillow, probably. So practice holding on to that and getting yourself out of bed. In support of that, you need to, a lot of this has to do is if you have the time before your surgery, work on building up the strength of your abdominals and work on building up your leg strength. It's been said that this surgery is similar to a marathon as far as your body goes. Your body's going to be in massive healing mode after this, and it's going to go under a lot of stress during the surgery. So it's very much like a marathon. So get yourself in the best shape you can possibly get in the time that you have. Squats, lunges, wall sits are all good to build up your leg muscles. Wall sits also have the additional benefit because they're an isometric exercise. They have the benefit of lowering your blood pressure. So, a 1 minute, work your way up to 2 minute wall sit, work your way up to 3 2-minute wall sits in a day, and you'll be doing fine, okay? Practice with your incentive spirometer. Practice, get used to that. And the thing you want to avoid is chest breathing. Because, especially again, if you get a sternotomy, you're not going to want to expand your rib cage, okay? So it comes down to it's what's known as belly breathing, which is the way we're supposed to breathe anyway. You push down with your diaphragm to expand your lung capacity, and that pushes out on your belly, all right? So with belly breathing, and if you were in choir in high school, you know this as well, but you support your breathing, you support your exhale with your diaphragms, you support your inhale the same way by expanding your diaphragm and pushing your belly out to make room in your lungs for your inhale. So practice that with your incentive spirometer. I'll put a link in the description below that can lead you to a video on belly breathing. Walk and walk some more. Again, we're going into a marathon, so try to get yourself in as good a shape as you can, as good a shape as your body's going to let you before you go. Now, again, I want to make sure we're clear. I'm not a medical doctor, so if you follow your doctor's recommendation. But my point is to try to get yourself in get your body in as good a shape as it can be to be able to go under this surgery. Really good one here. Cut your toenails or get a pedicure before surgery, because you're not going to feel really excited about bending over and cutting your toenails after surgery. Watch your diet. Okay, reduce your salt intake. One of the things that so many people said about post-surgery was how much water their body retained. Your body just goes into hold on to water mode. And if you've had high sodium diet all the way up to especially that last week before surgery, if you have this high sodium diet all the way up there, then you've got all this salt that's just going to do nothing but attract water. So try to work into a very low sodium diet, especially that last week before surgery. And it'll help decrease your fluid retention. Strive, if you can stomach them, take omega-3s and other anti-inflammatories under doctor's orders, right? Make sure your doctor knows that you're going to start taking those. But to help reduce the inflammation and help reduce the inflammation post-surgery. Yogurt and other fermented foods are going to always be good for your health. Slowly, I've looked at, we had this conversation about it's a marathon. It's a marathon for your body. There's research out there that says, you can have clear liquids 2 hours prior, depending on the surgery, depending on the surgeon, depending on the hospital. So, take this for what it's worth. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. There have been comments about consume 2 hours prior to surgery, consuming clear liquid that's heavily loaded with carbohydrates. It's like, in many cases, be similar to, not quite a Red Bull before the surgery, but it gives you a carbohydrate boost that actually allows your body to regulate its sugars better while you're under anesthesia. Now, that depends on the hospital. Don't quote me on that. But because it has the potential to be a marathon on your body, then if you refer to marathon food prep, marathon diet prep, you'll find that a lot of marathoners will, carbohydrates are supposed to be about 60% of your normal diet. But in that week prior to the marathon, they'll go from 60 to 65 to 70, up to 75% of their diet over the course of that week. They'll build up to that 75% so that their body's used to it. But they'll build up to consuming about 75% carbs in their diet right before a marathon. So why wouldn't we do that? Okay. Get everything down off the shelf that you need before you come home. Okay. A big recommendation, go around the house, look for the things that you reach up for and get them down where you're not having to reach your hands up over your head. That can be painful sometimes. Easy on and easy off shoes for walking. When you're done with surgery, you need to walk, but you need to be sure your shoes work now so that when you get done with surgery, you're not trying to break in a new pair of shoes and try to get out and walk. Okay? Make sure you have a comfortable pair of shoes, a pair of proven shoes, proven performers that you can put on your feet and go for a walk in. Okay? Hey, real quick, folks, one thing that I forgot to mention in the preparation for surgery, to get everything ready before you go to surgery, is fur babies. So have a plan on how to deal with your pets and get them taken care of, whether they're going to a kennel or going to a friend's house or whatever. In some cases, I've heard of the robotic surgery where people go in on Tuesday and they're out on Thursday, so 3 days. And other people are in there for weeks. So just have a thorough plan for your fur babies so that they are safe and taken care of for the entire
stay of your procedure. All right, so back to the rest of the list.
Be sure to charge your electronics. A lot of people were like, electronics, I brought them and I just didn't feel well enough to use them. And other people, brought their phones and their iPads. But it is important to charge your electronics. And the other thing to think about is they make really super long charging cables, so that if you don't have you may have a USB port on the side of your bed, who knows? But if you don't have anything close by, you want to be able to still charge your phone and communicate with the outside world. So charge your electronics. One of the things that we have is those MagSafe batteries that we can just slap on the back of our phones. And that's good for at least 1.5 charges or so. And that's just a handy thing to have as well. And then you can charge that while you're still talking on your phone and slap it back on your phone again. So charge your electronics. Lay everything out that you're going to wear for surgery the night before. That way it just takes the stress off of that morning, because in that morning you're supposed to, at least the directions that we have for our surgery is take a shower, dry off with a fresh clean towel, and then those surgical towelettes, you're supposed to wipe down with those, and then put on fresh clean clothes, loose fitting fresh clean clothes, and then come into the hospital. So with that in mind, I think it's best to just lay everything out. And we are going to have to go down and spend the night in a hotel before surgery. So we're going to go down to the hotel, and then we're going to pre-drive the route to the hospital just to be sure we are comfortable and know where we're going and know what to do. So something to think about. Make a checklist for the things that you're taking to the hospital. Make a checklist for the things, things that you need, and then just follow that checklist. Give yourself plenty of time the morning of to get ready without the additional stress of hurrying. I think you can kind of pick up on that. But you don't want to go into your surgery late, panicked, rushed, and flustered or upset because you forgot something or something like that. So prior planning prevents pitifully poor performance. That's the sanitized version of that phrase. So put some prior planning to it. Keep a positive frame of reference as you're going into the surgery. Until you sign that paperwork, you're in charge of the whole affair. If you choose not to sign the paperwork, there's not going to be a surgery. So really, as opposed to feeling like you're this little fish in the pond, you are the fish in the pond, okay? And everybody's looking to you. So you really are the responsible person in the crowd. Keep your head in that space, and be confident as you go in. Be confident, be calm. There's no outcome from these surgeries, if you have to use it on a percentage basis, that's worse than where you are right now, or no one would have recommended the surgery, right? So really go with that. You're going to end up in a better place after this surgery than where you are today. Right now you're in a trajectory that's going like this, and after surgery, you're in a trajectory that's going like that. Okay, so follow through with that. Keep a positive frame of reference. Some people use mantras, and just repeat to themselves, you've got this, this is going to be great. Looking forward to getting this over with. Can't wait to see the grandkids after this is over. Whatever kind of mantra that you need to help pull yourself through. Some people use prayer. Others use humor. I will probably use a combination of prayer and humor because I tend to make light of stressful situations. So that's kind of my way of dealing with it. And finally, if you haven't already gone on to Facebook and joined the heart valve surgery Facebook group, I highly recommend that group, and any other support groups you have, keep in touch with them. So your church, if you have prayer groups, if you have your pastor, people like that, keep them in the loop of what's going on. If you don't have a community of faith, then just keeping in touch with that Facebook group. You'll see lots of folks will post, you know, I'm going in, they'll take a selfie right before they go in, and there's nothing but encouraging posts after that. Or you'll see people with pictures of themselves in the CICU and, you know, I made it, okay? Those kinds of things, keep in touch with those folks. You'll get nothing but encouragement back. So that's it for today. It's a little bit long. We've got 2 other videos similar to this. We have a video on items to bring with you beyond the cardiac ICU. So in the recovery room, what are some items that people found really helpful? This is a huge list because each person's slightly different. So take it for what it's worth. And I'm focusing on getting everything inside one of those little luggage cubes. And what's in that luggage cube is what I'm carrying. And, you know, and then I've got support folks that are going to come by and drop stuff off and eat with us afterwards. So there's that. And then just a list of household things to have for your recovery. So things to have in place at home when you get ready to recover. So that'll be another video in this series. So thanks, folks. I hope you have a great evening, and may God richly bless you as you prepare for this surgery.